Yo, so this is a different type of video that I usually make, but I feel like it's necessary because this is a very relevant and frankly a pretty scary topic in Fortnite. So it's been pretty well documented for the past few weeks now that the Fortnite player count has been at an all-time low. Like, we're at the point now where Zero Build is consistently boxing out the normal build modes, and then like every Zero Build player on the planet is like celebrating right now for some reason. No, seriously, every time I see someone on Twitter, they're always like, oh yeah, Zero Build's always been on top. Oh yeah, screw Build, Zero Build has always been better. Like, respectfully, bro, you're corny. You're part of the problem. Anyways, it's coming to my attention a few hours ago that SypherPK made a video on this topic named Fortnite Battle Royale is dying. And as much as I respect SypherPK, he's done like great things for the game. He's a great guy. I'm not meaning to throw any hate or diss at him for this. I do not like this video at all. So I wanted to take the time and point out what I think is wrong with the video and my personal opinions on the matter. So this is kind of a long intro, but let's hop into it. Alright, here it is. Fortnite Battle Royale is dying from the man himself, SypherPK. 340,000 views in 14 hours. That's kind of crazy. I wish my videos could get those kind of views. But let's just hop right into it.
Fortnite's Battle Royale mode is dying. I'm going to be going over what's been happening, as well as the 5 main reasons why it's happening, and what can be done to fix it.
Okay, I'm excited. I'm excited, Sypher. I'm excited.
So what is actually happening and why am I making this video? Because I have made videos like this before. Fortnite, we need to talk.
Yo, that was pretty funny.
For those of you who don't know, other modes like Reload, Blitz, and UEFN maps are taking over Fortnite's
okay, whoa. Well, okay, let me...
player base.
No. No, I already disagree with this. Okay, Blitz, isn't Blitz like a limited time mode? I thought Blitz was like a limited time mode, but I don't think Reload will ever take over Fortnite. And that's just because it's rehashed content. It's good rehashed content, but it's still rehashed content. And Steal the Brain Rot is just a copied Roblox thing, right? Not to mention that Steal the Brain Rot fell off in like a week in Fortnite. Like, I mean, I don't see it anywhere anymore.
There are way less people playing Battle Royale right now than there were just a year ago. And look, that can be a great thing, but not when the total player base has also significantly dropped over the last year.
That's true.
Because Fortnite is still pulling in about 1 million players concurrent, which is bigger than most games today, but not bigger than their biggest competitor, which in my opinion is Roblox.
Do I think that Fortnite is trying to be the next Roblox? Yes. Is it competing with Roblox? Absolutely not. And the reason why is exactly what you said earlier. The game is averaging about 1 million players. Roblox is currently breaking player records right now. With something like, what, 40 million players concurrently? That is insane. Also, with the amount of stuff Roblox is going through right now with like billion stuff, comparing that to Fortnite is not good looks right now.
But if we take a look back just 1 year, the average player base was about 200.
No way it's gone ad. Bruh.
To 300,000 players. Of course, in November, we had OG Remix, which was the Chapter 2 remix.
Wow, they fumbled the season hard. I'm sorry, this has nothing to do with the video, but they fumbled the season so hard, dude. Anyways.
And that boosted the player count significantly. But then even after that, we're talking 200,000, 300,000, 400,000 average players that are playing Fortnite's core Battle Royale mode. This is the mode that everyone played back in Chapter 1, because back in Chapter 1, there was no other modes to play. Now,
that the game was just really good. Bro, there's a reason why people constantly glaze old Fortnite, man. You can't just say, oh, people were only playing Battle Royale because there was nothing else to play. People were playing Battle Royale because A, that's just what Fortnite is known for, and B, it was really good.
Now there's a lot of different options, and as a result of that, we're seeing average player counts of 71, 76, 98,000 players, which is about a 70% to 80% decrease.
Okay, I don't really agree with what he's saying here. Basically, I think what he's trying to say is that since Fortnite now has so many different options and so many different like creative maps and their own different official modes to play, that Fortnite's player count, or the Battle Royale mode, sorry, has dropped significantly. I just don't agree with that. I think the reason why it's dropped so much is because the game has declined so much in quality. Like this in Chapter 5, easily bottom 2 chapters of all time. See, I think my tier list for bottom 3 chapters are Chapter 3 at the top, and then Chapter 6, and then Chapter 5. But Chapter 3 being at the top, Chapter 3 is nowhere near as bad as Chapter 5 or 6. And this is just something I don't hear a lot of like big creators talk about. It is very evident that even though Fortnite clearly puts in a lot of work into what they release, it just isn't good. Like it doesn't hit the same, it doesn't feel like Fortnite. I just feel like the current poor state of Battle Royale is contributing to the low player counts more than the fact that we have so many different modes to play now.
With the split of interests within the Fortnite player base, some people are reload players, some people are blitz players, some people play zero build, some people play OG. There isn't a strong sense of community like we had in the past.
Now, I don't doubt that he's very in touch with the Fortnite community and especially his community. And I may be just misinterpreting what he's saying here, but I don't really think it's as black and white as I play Reload or I play Blitz. Like for me as a competitive player, I play both Battle Royale and Reload because they're the most competitive. And I just feel like if a mode is inherently interesting, people are going to want to play it. Like for example, OG came back, and honestly, I don't really play much of OG, but I heard Kevin the Cube was back, so I hopped into OG and I played for like an hour because I'm like, oh shoot, Kevin the Cube is back. It's like, I feel like it's not as black and white as he's making out to be. I also could just be misinterpreting what he's saying. That could be completely the case too.
People care less and less about the new battle passes, the new POIs that come to the map, and just
I just don't agree with that, man. If something is genuinely interesting, people will want to play it. Even just out of curiosity, people will still want to play it.
The new content and updates, because the player base has been split up into a bunch of different modes, and it's only going to get worse in that regard. However, this was the goal.
I do agree with that. I feel like Epic Games was pretty transparent on their goal with this whole like metaverse thing that they've been trying to do for the past, damn, almost 2 years now, but yeah. But again, this doesn't explain why player counts are at an all-time low.
Now, why is the Battle Royale mode bleeding players so heavily? Well, there's a few things. It could be that the formula is just outdated. When Battle Royale first came out, eventually Battle Royale on Fortnite came out, it was so new, everybody was so excited to try it out. 100 players hop into a match, only one person wins. It was such a new concept, a very exciting concept, and getting your first win actually meant something.
Okay, this I do agree with this. Battle Royales as a genre, I'm pretty sure we're peaking in popularity at this point with like H1Z1 and PUBG. And then Fortnite entered the scene pretty early on, and it got so popular that it basically killed every other Battle Royale out there. But what I don't agree with is that the Battle Royale formula is outdated. This is easily proved by recent events. The OG Chapter 1 season in 2023 broke player records for Fortnite. November 2023, we were having peak player counts of 6 million players. And even with Chapter 5's launch, we were averaging around the same amount of players. And look at every new Fortnite chapter launch. We have an insane spike in player count. I just think the reason why we lose players is because Fortnite cannot maintain their quality. But there's a reason why late 2023, like Fortnite had basically a mini revival. There's a reason why every chapter and every new season, there's a huge spike in player count. It's not because the formula for Battle Royale is outdated. It's because the Battle Royale mode itself is so lacking in quality.
Over the years, people have gotten hundreds of wins, some people even have thousands, and with the introduction of skill-based matchmaking and bots into the game, a lot more people have wins than they did before. So the reality is people just...
Bro! Hold on, I'm rewinding this.
More people have wins than they did before. So the reality is people just don't care. They don't care necessarily about the Battle Royale formula.
No, I just don't agree with this. If a video game is inherently interesting and it is good, people will play it. People will be interested, people will play it, people will have fun with it. Fortnite has been changing a lot since the introduction of Chapter 5, and I feel like majority of the community agrees it wasn't for the best. But the issue is, instead of like seeing the issue and tackling it, they kind of just ignore it and double down. And then they use what people enjoyed about old Fortnite as like a band-aid fix. Like for example, them bringing back the gold pump this weekend. That is why Fortnite is dying.
I do feel like Fortnite can do better to make the battle royale mode feel more exciting and rewarding. A lot of the times when I hop on and I play, what takes me out of playing battle royale is the amount of bots I run into. There's just way too many bots. It doesn't feel like a real PvP, player versus player game. It feels like I'm just hunting down a lot of bots and occasionally we'll run into a real player. It makes the game feel dead even though there's a million people playing.
Wow, this is great. I love this Cypher. This is great. It feels like you're being open and honest. This is a very real issue that has been plaguing Fortnite for years now. So this is great. This is the first time you felt truly honest in this entire video.
So as a result, people are splitting off to play different modes, and it creates a bigger bot problem where matches are not filling up and Fortnite is forced to fill even more bots than there were before.
I totally agree.
This has a pretty dramatic effect on the game. But if there's less people interested in the battle royale concept, Fortnite might take that as a sign that they need to spend less time on the battle royale seasons. And
if this happens, the game will die. I'm telling you right now, the moment Epic Games steps away from battle royale, the game will die. And I mean that literally, like the game literally will die. Battle Royale is what made Fortnite what it is today. Not even like completely abandoning it, but like even just slightly stepping away from it, like making your priorities like the different metaverse modes. It will, no, the game will not last. And that's because barely anyone goes to Fortnite for like Lego. No one barely goes to Fortnite for ballistic. No one barely goes to Fortnite for creative maps. Majority of people and what the game is known for is the battle royale. And I promise you that will never change. And if it does, the game will die.
But that also means as a community, we are more divided than ever in terms of what we actually care about when it comes to Fortnite. And you see that with interest in the game dropping significantly, because instead of us being a united front that is excited about a new weapon or POI, there are some people that just do not care and they're more interested in the other modes that Fortnite has to offer.
I mean, yeah, that's just personal preference. Like, obviously, there's gonna be people that care more about, like, Blitz than Battle Royale, or, like, someone that cares more about Ballistic than, like, Reload. But the root of it all should always be Battle Royale. And I really don't think we're seeing a decline in player count because Battle Royale is becoming outdated. I think we're seeing a decline in player count because people are becoming uninterested because the current state of the game is not good.
Why haven't we seen a bunch of new people come into the game despite UEFN being out for 2 years?
Wait, what? Whoa, hold on, what? Okay, I don't know what he's about to get into, but I don't think this has anything to do with UEFN, right? That's just for creative maps, right?
Because even if BR completely dies out, there are still people that want to play Fortnite with all the different skins that they've purchased, all the different cosmetics and battle passes that they have unlocked. It offers a very, very unique incentive to stay within the platform.
Okay, I'm noticing a lot of this is weirdly about creative. I thought it was gonna go a lot into like the issues with Battle Royale, but that was only like a 2-minute segment in this 10-minute video. I really don't know what he's going on about with this UEFN thing, but I'm a little confused. I'm not gonna lie.
But UEFN has not gone the way Epic has wanted, but it still can. It just
I really don't think it can. Also, sorry, I'm pausing a lot now, but I really just don't think it will. Personally, I feel like the interest just isn't there with the wider Fortnite community to where that it is gonna go the way that they envision.
And we still don't have the thin client, which is gonna be a way for Fortnite to compete with Roblox, because right now to play any Roblox map, you just need the Roblox launcher and you can download maps individually, allowing you to hop into any single game of Roblox very, very quickly. Whereas right now on Fortnite, you still have to download the entirety of Fortnite, whether you're playing on...
I just don't know why we're comparing the Fortnite thin client to Roblox. To me, that has absolutely no correlation. I speak for majority of the people when I say we do not want Fortnite to become the next Roblox. We want Fortnite to be Fortnite.
Mobile or Switch or PC or a console. And then from there, you can go load up a game, but it takes forever to download. So it's much harder to bring new players onto the Fortnite platform than it is on a platform like Roblox.
This I actually do agree with a lot. I can tell you from experience, I have friends that I'll ask them to play Fortnite. They're like, ugh, I probably have to update the game, so no. I think the thin client will do wonders for especially the casual player base. But and I may just be not like well versed in this, but I don't know what this has to do with UAFN.
And Roblox has really mastered the formula. They have only grown over the last year, reaching new highs of like 44 million concurrent players.
Yep, that's literally what I said earlier in the video.
On a day where Fortnite only hit 1 million concurrent, which is absolutely insane. Now I know Roblox can be targeted a little bit more towards the younger audience and some of the older
Yikes. Wait, does it? Yikes, dude.
older people watching might not be interested in a platform like that. And they're more interested in the more advanced concepts that Fortnite offers, but Fortnite just doesn't have the tools yet or the ease of access to bring these players onto the platform.
Well, okay, hold on. I do agree. It sounds stupid to say Fortnite is a more advanced game than Roblox, especially since honestly most of the people that play Fortnite are the same age of people that play Roblox. Like the Roblox and the Fortnite fan base aren't that far off in age, honestly. But I do agree that people play Fortnite for the more advanced gameplay. That's what people are interested in when it comes to Fortnite.
And as a result, almost all of the top maps and success stories on Fortnite are recreations of other games and maps. We've seen it with Steal a Brain Rot. We've seen it with Only Up, Go Garden. And then the other maps that are successful are...
What is Grow a Garden? Am I just old? What is Grow a Garden? What?
Just maps that have already existed for multiple years. So there's no real true...
Okay, but the reason why those maps have existed for so long is because they're that solid. Zone Wars maps, box fight maps, and 1v1 maps will always be a staple in Fortnite because it uses the mechanic of building to the best of its ability. Whereas maps like Steal a Brain Rot and Only Up eventually fizzle out because they're only capitalizing on trends. Steal a Brain... What the f even is Steal a Brain Rot, bro?
New success stories with new concepts that actually bring people onto the Fortnite platform. And that's not because people aren't creative. It's just because with the current system, it's impossible.
I really think that Fortnite players just aren't interested in that. Like your average Fortnite player is gonna want to play any other core mode rather than Steal a Brain Rot in Fortnite. Maybe if you're like super casual, then you'd want to play Steal a Brain Rot in Fortnite. But even if you're just like an average player, you're gonna want to play any other core mode over those creative maps. Am I wrong about that? I feel like I'm not wrong about that.
You know, we brought it back to mobile. We haven't really seen a huge player spike since mobile came back, but that also could be because no one wants to download the whole of Fortnite onto their mobile device. And they would rather just download specific modes and maps and games within Fortnite that they want to fit onto their phone.
Okay, that actually is a really good point. I didn't even think about that. I do agree with that.
And until that's possible, we won't really see this explosion of players into the Fortnite ecosystem. But when it happens, things will change. It might not be overnight, but Fortnite's potential will reach new highs. So
okay, are we talking about the thin client or UAFN? Because if it's with the thin client, then no, that's not really going to do that much, honestly. I do agree that UAFN will bring in new players if map creators use the new UAFN tools to its fullest ability. But as soon as Fortnite starts relying on community-made maps to keep their game alive, that's going to be the death of them.
Let's finish by talking about what Fortnite needs to do. First of all, Fortnite needs to lock in on UEFN. They need to make sure that these delays are not happening as consistently and that they can put out the key updates and features that we need to create unique and captivating maps. The second part is getting the Fortnite thin client available and making it as easy to access as Roblox. It's the only way that they will be.
I hate that he keeps comparing Fortnite to Roblox. I get where he's coming from. I get his point of view. I just don't agree with it. Fortnite will never be the next Roblox. Fortnite can have, like, user-made maps that people play. Fortnite can... I mean, they could even be as popular as the normal Battle Royale mode. But the second Epic takes a backseat to their own modes, the game's gonna die. The game will die. Fortnite will never be the next Roblox. Fortnite will never have the same player count as Roblox. Fortnite's vision will never come to fruition. And that's okay. Fortnite, you don't need to be the next Roblox. You don't need to be something that you never were in the first place. All Fortnite needs to do is to be itself, and people will eat it up. So if you're one of the people that are genuinely saying that Fortnite can live without Battle Royale, you don't care about the longevity of the game. That, or you don't understand what Fortnite is at its core. Why do you think people love Chapter 4 so much? Because it took their vision of modern Fortnite and a bit of old Fortnite and put it together into one genuinely really good chapter. The graphics were beautiful, the seasons were good, well, 3 seasons were good, and then we hop into Chapter 5 and everything is completely different. It's not because Fortnite hasn't unlocked its fullest potential with creative, although I do agree that UAFN could be a lot better. It's because what made Fortnite doesn't feel like Fortnite anymore. And once a game loses its identity like that, it can never go back to what it was unless it reverts itself.
Be able to compete with Roblox and maybe eventually pass them up.
No, that will never happen. I promise you. I already said it. but I promise you. Sorry, I'm getting a little pissed off. But I promise you, that will never happen.
And this is for you guys. I feel like we should be treating this moment in Fortnite as a transition period. And during transitions, there's always going to be huge lows, but they will be followed by big highs if the transition goes well.
Okay, but why are we banking on this to go well? We are basically playing Russian roulette with our own game. And I'm telling you, if they do go like full like fist in, it's not going to work out. The only people that this is going to benefit are casual players. People that don't really care that much about Battle Royale. The casuals, people that hop on the game maybe like once a week, once a month. People that are like, oh, there's a new Fortnite season, let me check it out, and then literally never plays it again. Those are the type of people that will benefit from this. Everyone else will leave. You could do what you want with creative. You could do what you want with UAFN. Just make sure Fortnite still feels like Fortnite. Make sure your core modes are intact. Make sure you're listening to the community. Make sure you're making the game good. It really is that simple. And if you don't care about that, go play another game, man. Like, this game just is not for you.
I believe Fortnite is transitioning away from Battle Royale being the main mode to just having a bunch of different modes that have hundreds of thousands of players. And this could be good for the platform, but we need the players to grow. Even if the Battle Royale mode of Fortnite is dying, even if it fully dies out, Fortnite as a platform is here to stay.
No, it's not.
And I do want to see it succeed and grow with you guys as well.
I want to see it grow and succeed too. But the way to grow your game is not to completely fizzle out what made your game popular in the first place. The way to grow your game is to make what you're known for even better, and then people get invested and then want to spend time on the other things you do, like the metaverse modes or the UFN or creative maps, stuff like that. That is how you grow your game. Yeah, that's basically the end of the video. If you enjoy, if you didn't enjoy, if you absolutely hate my guts, if you agree with what I said, leave a like, subscribe. But yeah, that's all from me. See ya.